Hello, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Adora and I'm a healthcare worker based in the UK. Now, as a healthcare worker, I usually do the night shift because it's very much convenient for me, being that I'm a mom to two very young kids. So I work at night so I can have more time for them in the day. Now, I know there are certain risks associated with working at night, be it in the healthcare industry or any industry whatsoever. As long as you're a night shift worker, I think you need to watch this video. I made a research recently just to buttress my point, knowing that there are risks associated with this particular night activity. I made a research and honestly, out of everything I discovered, one particular thing shocked me to my bone marrows. In fact, it didn't only shock me, it scared me to know that this risk is a big risk when you work in the night. So stay with me and I'll give you all of them in a minute. Welcome back. Now, like I said, I made a research about this particular topic. And why did I do that? It's not as if I never knew that there are risks associated with working the night shift, but because I recently stumbled on a particular link online, and it was like that link was just talking to me. It was like the message was being passed to me, because some of the things, some of the points that we're giving out there is exactly what I am going through right now as a night shift worker. So I just felt like I should let you know out there, if you work the night shift, it's very important for you to know exactly what you are taking for granted, for you to know exactly what you are playing with, and for you to know exactly how this night shift of a thing affects your body, affects your health, affects your mental condition, and all of that. I understand quite all right that it's a very, very convenient way of life for some people, especially when you don't have kids. It's a very convenient way of life for you to go. You do the night shift, the next day you have all the time for yourself and all that. But it's good to also keep this in mind that all is not so rosy when it comes to the night shift. Okay, the first point now I will be giving you, I put my points, I jotted the points down here because honestly, there's a lot on my head. The first one is the sleep disorder. That one in particular is something I've always known right from time. When you do the night shifts, by the time you come back the next day, you think you can catch up with the sleep you have lost, but it's a very, very, very big lie. In most cases, when you come back the next morning, you are distracted either by sound, by noise, by family programs, by the children. There might be one or two things that might distract you. And like I said earlier, if you don't have kids, it's a bit easier for you because there are no distractions. So you might find it easier to fall asleep and have some rest. Knowing quite well that our body is meant to work in the day and rest at night. But when you do the night shift, you're kind of turning, the clock around, the other way around. You're like, you're fighting nature. You're fighting nature. Nature has made it that way that you work in the daytime and you rest at night. And you should have a minimum of 6 to 7 hours of sleep every night. But by working the night shift, you can see you are in a serious battle with nature, and you are giving yourself so much stress. You are kind of accumulating all the stress that you have not been able to rest at night, all the stress that you have not been able to put to bed at night. You are leaving it down in your system till the next day. And like what I have even found out is that no matter how much sleep you have in the day, it can never be compared to what you have lost at night. So that sleep disorder thing is a very, very important factor. And sometimes by the time you do a lot of night shift, you begin to discover that when you're supposed to be, like, everything is just contradicting itself. You're supposed to be resting at night, you're working. You're supposed to be working in the day, you are sleeping. When you've come back from the night shift in the morning, when your body is supposed to be active, that is when you are actually putting that body to bed, because night shift is kind of tricky to the body. So when it comes to sleep disorder, it affects me as a person. So I know exactly that this point is, and that brings me to number 2, which is depression, stress, and mood swings. Now, just because you lack your quality sleep at night, it affects the way you behave the next day. It affects the way you reason. It affects your behavior. It affects your mood. When just look at it like that, like when you are sleeping and somebody actually interrupts your sleep, and when you have not had enough of it. You just imagine yourself being angry or being uncomfortable because you know your brain was, at that moment, your brain was relaxing, your brain was resting, and someone just comes and wakes you up abruptly. There is this anger that comes with it when you know you have not had enough of what you're supposed to be having. And so that is what it does to our body when you are not able to rest properly at night. It affects your mood, it affects your composure. Most of the time, you find yourself getting depressed, you find yourself, this minute you're happy, the next minute you're angry, mood swings, you find yourself getting so stressed out. And in some cases, you may not know exactly what the reason is. You might be pointing fingers to other issues. Then maybe that's the reason why you're having this stress and mood swings. But if you sit down and try to reason out where exactly is this coming from, you would not be surprised to know that it is as a result of your lack of sleep at night. That's what affects the body, and that's what affects your mental health too. Okay, the next one now is fatigue. A lot of us actually think that fatigue, which is also tiredness, a lot of us think that fatigue only comes as a result of too much work, hard work, or stress. When you have overworked your body, overworked yourself, and then you get tired. But we forget to understand that lack of quality sleep also results to fatigue, which means you have to lay down your body, you have to relax for it to, for your body to be, to come back to normal, for your body to work in the normal way of life, the way nature has actually made it to be. So when you are not able to catch enough sleep at night, the next day, believe it or not, you are not really yourself. You're tired already. All you just want to do is just to lie down, just to rest, just to sleep, so that you can catch up on what you have lost at night. Also, night shift, especially when it's in excess, when you overdo it, has a way of impacting on your reproduction, such as irregular menstrual cycle, miscarriages, and preterm birth. This particular point I heard from a midwife sometime ago. I think that was about 2 years ago, when she told me, be very, very careful if I still intend in having other kids, because night shift has a way of impacting on your reproduction life. It has a way of affecting it, negatively. So as a woman, especially when you're doing the night shift, you should just be aware of this, that it has a negative impact in your life, in your reproduction life. And also it can affect your digestive health. Like this says, you may be eating at all times, especially late at night, which your body is not used to. And this could lead to constipation, weight gain, and indigestion. This one I am very, very guilty of, because whenever I go to work at night, I know the amount of food I eat. Like, I know, especially when the whole place is very quiet and I am not really doing much. Like, I just tend to eat. I keep eating, I drink, and I'm aware that it's not going to digest properly. It's not like I don't know, I know. But, just for some reason, I just feel like, okay, let me just eat to while await time, or I don't even know why I eat, but it's not good. It has a very, very great negative impact on the body when you are doing the night and you are eating and then it's not able to digest properly. So that's one other thing you should bear in mind. The next one is it impacts on your blood pressure. Now, from my article, it says that researchers have previously found a connection between hypertension and night shift work. This is really scary because there's some things we just take for granted. We just look at it like it doesn't really matter. We can, other people are doing it, we should just do it. But whatever you're taking for granted, I think you should also understand the other side of it. Understand that whatever has a good thing has a bad thing. Whatever has original has a fake. So this particular one, yes, I've also heard about it before, that working the night can, it has a very great impact on your blood pressure, which can lead to heart attack, which can lead to cardiac arrest and all of that. So that's another point you should be aware of. And the last but not the least, this particular point was the one that actually scared me to death, because before I discovered this point, I was like, wow, like I thought there were other issues or there were other factors of life that could actually be connected to this particular point. But for night shift to be connected, then I don't know, it's really worrisome. And this is cancer. Now, it is said in the recent NTP report that it was concluded that there is high confidence that persistent night shift work that results in circadian disruption can cause human cancer. And IARC concluded that night shift work is probably carcinogenic to humans. These conclusions are based on evidence from human studies of breast and prostate cancer, blah, 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 blah. And that is the particular one that actually froze my heart, because like I said, yeah, I knew there were other issues that one could be dealing with or battling with when you are doing the night shift, but for cancer like that, I just thought that was a bit too extreme. But that's the life we live in. So this brings me to the end of this points and brings me to the end of this particular video. I'm just trying to let you know out there the side effects, the negative impacts excessive long-term night shift can do to the human body, be it physically, mentally, and otherwise. So just stay, just be very careful. If you're doing the night shift, it's also very important you look after yourself, look after your health. Once in a while, you lay down your hair away from this work. Try to have a social life, because when you're not also having a social life, that kind of causes more depression. It affects you more, it affects your health more, it affects your mood more, because I know that not having a good social life can lead to depression. So you would not want to compound your night shift sickness to not having a good social life, not having a good balanced diet. You should be able to have a good meal at all times, and whenever you have the time, try as much as possible to have a good rest. Don't take that for granted. Don't think that, oh, I've just come back from night shift, I don't feel so sleepy, let me just go out, or let me just just be on my phone. It's very important. Even if you don't want to sleep, lie down, lay your body on the bed for a while, turn off the light, let it be a very comfortable, convenient atmosphere. Try to rest, just relax. Even if you don't want to sleep, just relax, because that 2-3 hours of rest can do a lot of good to you, after you have overworked your body at night. This is very important. Take care of your health, take care of your body, take care of anything and everything that fetches you money out there. Thank you very much for watching, and I do hope that you will come back next time. Stay blessed.